Hey, good Sunday evening, everyone. WCI3 Meteorologist Jacob Dickey here. We're going to spend some time around the digital round table and get to talk a little more about the weather. And we've got actually quite a bit to talk about, even though we've got a number of quiet days ahead here. When it's quiet, it never lasts, but at least March is coming in like a lamb, but it may quickly turn to a lion the way things look here. That's what we're expecting with the forecast. We're going to talk more about a strong cold front that's coming and the mild temperatures we get to enjoy before then. We also will look at a stormy weekend and how colder air may mean winter is not done yet in the not so distant future. I'm going to have details on all of that coming up here as we get started. Of course, as you're logging in, let me know where you're watching from. We see folks checking on in from all over the area, and we get to see where you're watching from. And so I see some folks from Bismarck, Christy from there, Chad and Mattoon. We've got Chris in Rantoul, and we've got Robert in Urbana. So folks logging in, of course, you can get the full forecast updates on WCIA.com, the WCIA3 weather app. In addition, be sure and check back in tonight on WCIA3 News, 9 o'clock in WCIX, 10 o'clock on CBS. Let's talk about what we're seeing out there right now. Temperature is not that bad. We're at 32 here, just at the bottom of the 8 o'clock hour. We've had a west wind through the day today. Now it's out of the south-southwest, 5 miles an hour. Pretty variable and light there, not really causing any problems. That general west flow has been the case for the day today, and that's helped us warm up in many spots, mid to upper 40s. Some of us already today took a little visit to the 50s. All of us should get there before all is said and done. Look at all this quiet weather we're watching on Future Track. Oh, some clouds Monday, just a few here and there, probably a mostly sunny sky. Tuesday morning may start with some clouds, but we should break out some sunshine then. We'll call it mostly sunny to partly cloudy. Again, same story Wednesday, a mix of sun and clouds out there. Quiet weather ahead of what looks to change then for us on Thursday. So until then, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, we're going to head and issue a spring weather warning. Mild and sunny with feeling like spring out there. Temperatures in the 50s, even 60s for some of us. We'll note that's when things look to change here is on Thursday, and that will be the start of what looks to be an active pattern here in the region. Let's take a look at those highs here. This is for Monday, 50 in Mahomet and in Georgetown, 53 in Waverly, Altamont at 53. On Tuesday, they're at 57 in Champaign, 59 in Decatur, 61 in Springfield and in Jacksonville. And I just want to make sure my graphic reads right before I get to it here. On Wednesday, even warmer. Here we go. Our Wednesday highs are jumping even higher than that. We've got 60 in Champaign, 62 in Springfield, Jacksonville at 64. As the temperatures go up, I think the wind will come up a little bit too, but it should overall be a nice 3 days here. A nice hat trick of some spring temperatures on the board for us, and so we'll get to enjoy that before things look to change on Thursday. The wind is going to tell us the story here, and looks like the data may have disappeared from the back, but what the wind will do is it generally be a west and south component. By the time, there we go, starting to see it populate in here. By the time we roll into Tuesday, still a south and west component. Wednesday, starting to see a little change there. We've still mainly got a south wind in place. And then Thursday, look at the wind turn to the north and east here. Colder air ushering on in for a day. That won't last long, though. By Friday during the day, we'll see it turn in back to the south on Friday. And then Saturday, really picking up on the wind. I think next weekend is breezy. That's part one of next weekend. But you can see the impact those change in wind has. Down to 43 for a high on Thursday. We're dropping those temperatures down here. Then warming back up Friday and Saturday with those temperatures again as that south wind kicks back on in. I will mention overall no meaningful moisture expected until the weekend. I did add a 10% chance Wednesday night. I can't rule out a few sprinkles, maybe flurries in an isolated spot. But for the most part, everyone's going to stay dry here as that cold front comes on through. There's not much moisture to work with. The weekend, though, is a different story for us here locally. Where the best chance for a isolated sprinkle, maybe a stray flurry. Areas along and north of Interstate 74 seem to have my eye for that here Wednesday night into Thursday. But again, I think that chance is pretty slim for us here in the region. So we will not expect a lot from that. This is that cold front, and this is when things start to get active. Thursday is the appetizer to the main event. What happens is we see this cold front dive to the south. There were some questions on how far it would get. I'm feeling more confident that it's going to clear our area. That's why our highs Thursday went down. What will happen then on Friday? First off, there's a little bit of that moisture. I mean, it's close, but there's not much to work with. What will happen on Friday is it will reverse and go back north as a warm front. That's going to help our temperatures climb Friday night, and Saturday into the region. And then we get this fairly impressive storm system going in the Great Plains. We will be on the south side of the path of the low. It's traveling to our north. That means we're on the warmer side here, and likely Saturday into Sunday will be the chance for showers, even some thunderstorms as that front rolls on through. Right now, I'm probably going to fine-tune Saturday afternoon through Sunday morning is the main chance for that here. We'll watch and see how it plays out. Still some time for that to change, but next weekend I do expect showers and thunderstorms at some point. There will still be some dry time. We'll fine-tune that, of course. But also, I want to briefly mention, after that, Sunday night into Monday, another system looks to develop. That one will probably pass more to the south. To the south, we're on the cooler side of things. I think you know where I'm talking about there. We'll talk more about this system here in just a little bit. Let's talk about those temperatures. First off, Wednesday. I mean, it's going to be warm out there. Very nice weather for us here. It'll be an early taste of spring. Maybe open the window and catch some fresh air, get a walk in, enjoy the outdoors if you can. Take an extra long lunch break. That might be something good too. Look at the difference on Thursday, though. 30s and 40s here as that cold front slides on through. But by Friday, we're warming back up into the 50s there. And then Saturday, we're really going to be in the 60s again ahead of that cold front coming on through. And if we're able to realize these mid to upper 60s out there, I think that means our chance for thunderstorms will go up with time. But we do think that regardless, we're going to have some rain out of this system. Here we go, late Saturday evening, it's still in the 60s there. It's not until Sunday that we see temperatures drop a little bit, and they'll drop especially into Monday. Look at that. Next Monday, 8 days from now, we're thinking some colder air will move on in, and that's something that we'll have to watch here with that second system. So for the weekend, the main event for us in the 7-day forecast is breezy weather on Saturday with some thunder showers, some lingering scattered showers can't be ruled out on Sunday. It may end up being a Saturday night passage, but just plan on active weather next week, and at some point that may impact your plans for the forecast. That's what we want to mention. Again, right now, Future Track does want to give us some dry time Saturday. That's Saturday morning. Here we go into Saturday afternoon and then Saturday night. Right now, the suggestion is it could be overnight, but again, we're a ways off. We just recognize that a cold front will come through and give us some showers and storms at some point Saturday into early Sunday. And then notice here, Sunday night into Monday morning, another round trying to sneak on in. With round number one here, first off, notice the big goose eggs through Saturday morning. And then we could add a half inch with some areas getting closer to an inch, I'd think, with any thunderstorms that develop with the cold front coming on. And we'll watch it. We just know it's going to look more active. This is what comes then that has my eye as well. This is Sunday night. Here's that second system. Remember that there. With the colder air funneling in behind our weekend system, and this traveling along here, it's going to bring the chance, I think, for maybe a little more winter into the air here. Here you go. See those temperatures dropping. We've got cold air coming on in, and we have a system. Again, this is 8 days away, but the pattern does suggest that we'll have to watch it closely at this point here. And that will be the start of a pattern change for us here with this weekend system. What will happen is we'll have a big trough in the western United States and a ridge in the southeastern United States. So that cold air is to our north and west, the warmer air is to the south and east. That jet stream is going to be flying close to or just south of our area, which is the highway for storm systems to develop on. And that general pattern has my eye for next week, where we start this weekend and it continues on into next week with that pattern. And we're close enough here where usually on the north side of those systems you can get some snow. So there may be some decent snow up in the Great Lakes and the upper Mississippi River Valley, and it's close enough to us where we're right on that line where we'll have to watch things here. Of course, the stormier pattern to be south of that. I will mention, I think there probably will be some flooding problems in southern Illinois, Kentucky, northern Mississippi, Tennessee, and parts of Missouri and Arkansas. Some heavy rain likely in there. And then the chances with those systems, we'll watch and see if there's any severe weather. You know, you bring it a little north, you bring the storms north, you bring it a little south, maybe that chance for snow comes down a little. We're here for the second week of March. Again, we've got some time, but that pattern does catch my eye to where we may not be done yet. And I know that's going to make a lot of people unhappy, but it's something we'll be watching here to see how that pattern evolves as we move on through. Future Track already trying to hint at it too. Again, it's a ways off, but you get the idea here with cold air coming in and another system sliding by. Do the math and it makes sense. We'll mention this too, by the way. In the list of real seasons, In central Illinois here, this week, that's actually, let me fix that. We are supposed to be, I thought I fixed that graphic. I posted it to social media here. We are supposed to be actually sitting, if I can edit this quick enough here, we're supposed to be sitting, and of course it wants to freeze up. Come on. We're sitting at Fool Spring. So that's where we are right now, is Fool Spring. That means we've got second winter, and then we've got the spring of deception, and then we've got third winter, and then mud season when the farmers try and get planting in into the month of May. So there you go. I thought I changed that graphic. Maybe it's sitting over there. I just didn't save it. But we're at Fool Spring now with this week. A little taste of it, but we know that March will see those swings back and forth. We'll get cold air, warm air, ups and downs and all arounds, and likely get some of that chance for snowy weather at times here, or at least winter weather at some point. So that does have our eye for that being next week potentially. Of course, that's still a ways off, but pattern recognition, knowing March, we see 3 to 4 inches of snow on average in the month of March. You know, we can't celebrate spring too early, but we'll take our victory while we can with this battle. So that's what we've got. All right, make sure you download the WCI3 weather app. It's a great place to get information and more. I've got a big write-up as well about that pattern change that has my eye for this week into the next week. Of course, we've got a couple of quiet days. We will enjoy those, and we will be thankful for those, but it never stays quiet around here for too long before things pick on up. So the chance there this weekend, yes, for showers and thunderstorms. Could there be a strong storm? Sure. Next week, then, could we get some chances for rain or snow? The big key question will be or there. Will it be rain or will it be snow? We'll get some systems that come on through. I think that's going to be the case, but we're going to watch and keep you updated. So on that. All right, if you have any questions, let me know. I'm going to go back and look at those. If not, remember, WCIA 3 News at 9 o'clock on WCIX. That's our sub-channel. We'll have the 10 o'clock news on CBS. Got my forecast there, and we'll keep you updated on that. But certainly enjoy this weather, and we'll answer some of these questions here, if there are any. We got folks checking from all over. I love seeing where you guys check in from. Mahomet, we've got Biloxi checking in. That's Biloxi, Mississippi. Great town down there. New Berlin over by Springfield. Ridge Farm, Catlin, Tilton, Neoga, Gifford. I mean, they're from all over the place. Some Starkville. We got Jewett in Cumberland County, Tuscola, Homer. We got some Indiana checking in, Farmers City, Nokomis, Paris. Really cool to see where people watch from. I really appreciate when you add that into the comments there. Florida, someone's checking in from there. We got an Urbanus. Okay. Let's see, I'm just scrolling through some nice chatter amongst y'all in the comments too. Christy asking you about snow amounts next week. I'm not saying we're getting snow. I'm just saying the pattern would provide an opportunity for some wintry weather here. This far out, you know, usually look in the forecasting. Let me pull up my forecasting. That's a good question here. In the forecasting timeline, you know, that pattern, we're at that 6 to 8 day window for when the pattern's changing. Of course, next Saturday and Sunday is what, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. That's in the 6 to 7 and that 8 day, and that general trend will continue on here. So I'm not saying it will snow, but climatology tells us that March does see snow, and sometimes April does too. Last March, we only had 1/10 of an inch. Had a big February, and then we didn't get anything in March, but then we paid for it in April with ½ inch to an inch in the area in late April. This year, we'll see what it does, but I recognize, at least from a pattern perspective, that there may be an opportunity either close by or really close by for some of us as we go to that second week. The 30-day outlook, by the way, for the month of March, the 30-day outlook for the month of March overall still does suggest that at the end of the month, you add the temperatures, get the average, it will look warmer than normal. But that doesn't mean every day is. That just means more days than not will be warmer. We'll trend warmer than we will cooler, but we still can't have those cooler days. But the thing I find interesting is in that 30-day outlook for the month of March, the odds of above normal rain or precipitation is higher. I don't think there's going to be abundance, be a lack of moisture. There'll be abundance of it here in the region. So if you time that moisture with cooler air, that's something that we may see. I do notice also in the 8 to 14-day outlooks that are published, the 8 to 14-day outlook is showing that higher chance for rain as well next week, where some of that higher chances for flooding would be. But there's still going to be plenty of moisture to work with. And even that 6 to 10-day outlook at last check, that'd be for next weekend. I mean, we're centered right on that for next weekend, seeing more rain. But you'll notice here is the temperature outlook. You can see that trough in the west, that ridge in the southeast. We're kind of in the middle here, and we're kind of transitioning out of it. Look at that compared to the 8 to 14-day outlook, and you'll notice here that cooler colors are filtering on in to our region. And so certainly we're transitioning to perhaps a cooler week, that second week of March, and with plenty of moisture to go around, kind of looking a little farther in the future, but we at least keep an eye on it. So that's what we got. All right, that's what I got, all the time I have as well. We're going to let you go. Looking in that disco ball, I just don't think we're done with snow, but I think we get a number of nice days here at least. And then even this weekend, it would be a very fitting and appropriate Illinois weather setup to allow for some strong showers and thunderstorms and follow that up with the chance for a wintry mix. That's just an event where, for Illinois, I would not be surprised by that, but we'll watch it. Be sure to join me at 9 and 10. Catch my forecast details online, like my Facebook page, and more. We'll see you coming up